Thanks be to God and MCGI for another day of mass indoctrination, day 11. We talked about that there are many tables, and the table symbolizes the church where people are fed. That Christ has a table where he feeds people. And we also talked about that many tables are full of vomit and filthiness, that the Bible calls it the devil's table. That there are two tables to eat or to serve. We also say you cannot partake of the Lord's table and also partake of that of the devil. That one has to make a choice. We say Christ has a table and he feeds people from the table. That in the true church there are things. We also talked about that in the true church there are things that God leaves to us to do. And one of those things is to make a vow. That a vow is a voluntary act. We are not forced to do it, and God did not compel us to do it. But if we make a vow, we must bound ourselves to that vow. Now, a vow comes from you, and you're binding yourself to it. That a vow is imposing an obligation to yourself. That you have to be true to your vow. We also talked about that whoever makes a vow has to fulfill a vow. We talked about that giving should be voluntarily, it should not be a thing of force. That even in the old church, people were not forced to give; they were to give voluntarily. We also talked about that everyone should give according as he has proposed in his heart. That's one in 2 Corinthians 9 verse 7. Everyone should give according to how he has proposed in his heart. He should not give based on coercion. He should not be forced to give. We talked about that the giver should go to the box, and not that the offering box should be brought to him. That would be compelling him to give. That our contributions, the reason why we take contributions is to be used to propagate the gospel. That the church has expenses of land, rent, and every other satellite data bills and the rest that it has to cover. So most of the contributions that are taken in church are used to propagate the gospel. That if you don't have offering in the true church, you shouldn't be accused of stealing. And there's no fixed price in the true church. Everyone gives voluntarily. We also talked about that another thing that we are not forced to do, but we do it voluntarily, is thanksgiving. That thanksgiving should be given voluntarily to praise God. And we say that thanksgiving is a vow and is offered by man. That it is legal before God to do something voluntarily. Thank you, FCGI.
And can we do what?